compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Webolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. And we won't support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Maryann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that.
You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
8 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, officially welcoming you to the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Italy and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon. It's a Tuesday. The week is still, unraveling itself, and more stories from the weekend still staying in the news today. We're starting off with the big 3 stories for today, and then, of course, we'll move on to the 4 o'clock hour, where it'll be time for you to tell me what's happening in your community. Community You Reports, where you are the reporter and I'm a scribe. I want us to have a conversation about how aware we are of our environment. I think I've had this conversation before, but more importantly, I'm going to set the tone for a conversation we're going to have on Thursday about ritual killing and yahoo and organ harvesting and the many sides to this very hydra-headed monster called I must blue. Whatever it is. And then there are those who say that even the politicians have a role to play in this. It's a very robust conversation we're going to have on Thursday. But today I want us to talk about the things we take into consideration before we start making friends with people, before we start visiting them, before we go out with them, before we say yes to a meal or whatever it is. And what makes you okay with being friends or hanging with a person or considering a person part of your friendship circle? Because we're hearing more and more that the people who are victims of these crimes are people who considered the perpetrator a friend or even family or a church brother or something. And of course, I'm going to bring back that famous TVC report on organ harvesting. It's going to be a robust conversation for the 4 o'clock hour, but then we're prepping the grounds for the Thursday conversation, and I'm hoping to be able to have a guest who'd be able to talk to us about why this has become a phenomenon of sorts, not a positive one anyway, but a terrible and deadly phenomenon. So that's what we're going to talk about on the 4 o'clock hour. On the 5 o'clock hour, I'm bringing back the guns conversation. We're talking about the proliferation of arms, ammunition, small weapons. This is something that's continually been on the lips of our politicians, but have we really been able to deal with the issue of guns coming in. And then how can we have that conversation without talking about the porousness of our borders? So I'm having a guest. He's a security intelligence expert. Is joining us on the 5 o'clock hour as we talk about those guns. Do you remember that video of that young girl that was caught with bullets somewhere in the north, and how nonchalant she was about, being caught? She couldn't be bothered. Yeah, that also will make some sort of appearance on the conversation. My name is Maryann Okon. Did I say my name? Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's look at the big stories for today. And welcome, everybody. We're live on YouTube and on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation if you're listening to us from outside of the country. This is Hard Facts.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, these are the big three stories for today. Shall we get into it? Let's start with the Supreme Court situation. I did hear Kofi and the guests who spoke on his show today on that Rivers case, that Rivers State Imbroglio. But let me bring you this story from the Premium Times newspaper, and then, of course, we'll get into conversation. So it does say here that Supreme Court dismisses Fubara's suit against 27 pro-Rivers or pro-Wike Rivers lawmakers. Notice the underlying word there is dismiss, not throws out. Hold on to it because I'll come back to it. Now, the Supreme Court struck out the suit and awarded 4 million naira in cost against Mr. Fubara to be paid to the House of Assembly and Mr. Amehule. Now, the Supreme Court had dismissed the suit filed by the Rivers State Governor, Sim Fubara, seeking the removal of 27 lawmakers of the State House of Assembly over their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. Now, the court, in a ruling delivered yesterday by Musa Mohammed, struck out the case of Mr. Fubara. So this is the conversation now. Remember, struck out. There's struck out and there is also dismissed. So it's a case of semantics. But I'm making you hold on to these words because there's something I'm going to bring on in a few minutes so that you understand what I mean. Now, the Premium Times starts by saying it was dismissed and then says it was struck out. And the court, in a ruling delivered on Monday by Musa Mohammed, struck out the case after Fubara's legal team, led by Yusuf Ali, a senior advocate of Nigeria, withdrew the appeal. The governor, in his notice of withdrawal, simply informed the panel of justices that events had overtaken that suit. Now, here is Femi Falana, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria and also one of the lawyers who sat through this case. He explains in plain terms exactly what that particular judgment meant. Because it looks like people are already rejoicing that, oh, yes, the Amehule Assembly has won, blah, blah, blah. But in truth, the judgment, according to the court, has not been given. I'll start by, playing you the response by the Amehule legal team, and then of course the governor's legal team. So let's start with that, and then of course we'll go into what Femi Falana said, shall we? This video is courtesy of Channels Television, by the way.
And I must add that the Court of Appeal had admonished and clearly stated that the House purportedly being led by a 3-man panel is not the House, Rivers State House of Assembly.
Today, all the appeals have been taken and judgment reserved in respect of the appeals. We won at the Court of Appeal, and the other side came on appeal to the Supreme Court. Luckily, today, the 6 appeals were heard, and judgment has been reserved. So we'll await the day of judgment.
So, like I said, we had struck out, we had dismissed, but judgment has not been given. If you paid close attention, they await the judgment. So, in other words, pause. All of the excitement and the, hey, who won, who didn't win, the court has not decided. But here's Femi Falana, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, explaining.
Court today. When an appeal is dismissed, not on merit, but on the basis of a withdrawal by the appellant, the question of celebration doesn't arise. What happened in this case is that the governor of Rivers State instructed his lawyers to withdraw the appeal on the ground that it had become an academic exercise. In other words, the issues are no longer alive. And therefore, why do you want to waste the time of the court? It wasn't contrary to what a colleague was saying. The court did not determine who is a speaker or who is not a speaker. No, it didn't come up. It wasn't the point. No. What was decided at the lower court, at the High Court, Federal High Court, that led to the appeal had to do with the 2024 budget, the passage of the budget, 2024 budget,
which has not been expended with.
And this governor said, we have spent the money. We are now dealing with 2025 budget, which has been passed into law. So that's what happened today.
So why litigate on it
when why was the time of
so
the
that was the basis.
That was what happened today.
So your colleague that spoke on behalf of the Amaule led House of Assembly misinterpreted the matter.
No, completely. No, I don't think he was interpreting the judgment. What happened today? And the basis of dismissal is this. Once you have joined issues, once the parties have filed their briefs, right, and you are now withdrawing, it will be dismissed, not struck out, so that you don't come back. That's all. The dismissal was not anchored on the merit of the appeal. No.
Why the fine, though? Because the court found the appellant.
Because what the court is saying is that Mr. J.B. Daudu, SAN, applied, told the court that we have 5 briefs. Please, award costs in our favor. That was what happened today. It's not because we have won. But since they are now withdrawing the appeal, and we have already filed our papers, kindly compensate us
for the work done.
For the work done. That's all. That's what happened today.
So wasn't it punitive or disciplinary fine?
No.
On the appellant?
No. It was that, the lawyers have...
It was a word of some kind of damages or that may have been expended by the time of the lawyers or the counsel in the matter.
That's all.
Okay, that's all. I went through the trouble of playing this so that you understand when you're commenting, you understand where you're commenting from. So that's on the Rivers case. But let's move on to another story that everyone's talking about. Of course, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar visited former presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the last just concluded presidential elections in 2023. Visited his former boss, who wrote about him in his book, remember? Well, apparently Obasanjo, Atiku and others were in a meeting. Apparently, Atiku Abubakar, which I will play an audio, when he was asked about his visit to the former president. In fact, he visited the former president in company of two former governors. One who was my boss, I worked under him for 5 years, Leo Limoki, former Minister of Power and Steel, and also Education Minister before he became governor of my state, was also there with him. But then Atiku Abubakar said it was just a courtesy visit. Well, the APC is saying, well, this meeting that people had is not a threat, I beg. The ruling All Progressive Congress yesterday declared that a possible alliance between the former President Obasanjo and the 2023 PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar poses no threat to President Bola Tinubu's re-election in 2027. The National Secretary of the APC, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, said this in an interview with Punch newspaper while commenting on a meeting held by Obasanjo and his deputy Atiku in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Now, Atiku, like I said, led a high-powered delegation, which included former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, former governor of Cross River State, Senator Leo Limoke, and other political stalwarts. In that meeting, the delegation arrived at Abeokuta, the Abeokuta residence, located within the precinct of Olusegun Obasanjo's presidential library at about 12:37 p.m. yesterday, and were received by Otumba Oyewole Fashawe. Now, here is a quick video also courtesy of, I think this video is courtesy of TVC. And when Atiku Abubakar was asked about this meeting, this is what he said.
Leo Limoke of Cross River State. The former vice president says the meeting was a courtesy call to the former president.
Cool down now. Cool down. Just courtesy visit.
Okay. Just because a lot of people believe that you and Peter Obi have been having meetings for so long.
It's a courtesy visit, please. Is this talk about politics, please? All right.
Is this connected?
Let's go. Thank you very much.
He says he doesn't want to talk about politics, please. It's a courtesy visit. Why are people always very political? Before I go on a break, before I go on my quick break this afternoon, I want to give you my last story. And then when we come back, I know that you'll be ready to share your thoughts on these big stories. Finally, hardship. Most governors live in Abuja. This is my favorite story for today, and I want to dig into it because this is what Labour is saying. Labour is saying that most governors live permanently in Abuja, like those local government chairmen in Lagos that don't go to their local government at all. Some of them live in hotels. They don't even know what's happening in their local government. They just Well, this one's from the Vanguard newspaper, and the Nigeria Labour Congress yesterday lamented that most governors abandoned their states and live permanently in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, while the people they were supposed to govern are facing hardship. The president of the NLC, Mr. Joe Ojero, stated this he said this when he appeared in a town hall meeting with workers of the NLC at the Secretariat in Lokoja, Kogi State. The NLC leadership in Kogi State, the NLC leadership is in Kogi State, I beg your pardon, to deliver and commission 10 compressed natural gas buses provided by the state chapter of the Congress to ease transportation problems. Now, at the town hall meeting, which was organized primarily for the workers to present their problems and demands to the NLC leadership, so that matters could be taken to the governor, Jero noted that the leadership had visited 5 zones. Regrettably, the governors were always absent or have traveled to Abuja. Do you know where your governor is? Does your governor stay in Lagos? Do you see Babajide Sanwo-Olu always, or is he in Abuja? And every other governor, how often are your governors in their state? For example, I'll tell you, my governor hardly is in my state. And I've had, on good authority, many people complain that they barely see the governor. He's never here. He's always in Abuja.
More news and info.
We're going on a break. We'll be right back.
Back in a moment.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
In a world where words hold power,
where only the sharpest minds survive. One stage will decide it all. On February 17th, 2025, the battle of intellects begins. The I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament returns, where the best young debaters go head-to-head, armed with nothing but facts, logic, and the will to win. Who will stand their ground? Who will outthink, out-argue, and outshine the competition? IBTD Debates Competition Studio reopens February 17th at 4 p.m. Tune in, witness the debates, watch history unfold. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Obiwizi. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts, and we're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in It's Me and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And I am Maryann Okon, and I'll be here with you from now till 6 p.m. But first, we're looking at the big three stories for today. Top of those stories, obviously, is the Rivers State situation. Of course, the court had dismissed the case on the budget, obviously, where Fubara had withdrawn, saying that it was overtaken by events. Now, of course, the court awarded 4 million naira, of course, in damages of sorts to the Amehule-led House of Assembly, obviously, for time wasted. And, of course, my guest has been here trying to explain, or rather, I played you a video of Femi Falana on TV trying to explain, the situation as opposed to some of the postulations that you've heard people make since yesterday. Also, I did play you a video of the meeting between Obasanjo and Atiku Abubakar. Many people will say, after all that he wrote about Atiku, hey, there's no permanent friendship or enemy in this thing, no. But what are your thoughts on that meeting? And then finally, obviously, the case in which many are saying that, look, governors no longer stay in their states. They're always in Abuja. Yes, so the governor of Cross River State. Yes, Senator Basio too. Always in Abuja. And I wonder, are Cross Riverians now in Abuja? Because that's the thing. Are they in Abuja? The people in Cross River need you, sir. And ditto for any other governor that is always in Abuja. What's happening in Abuja? Is there something we need to know? Should we all move there so you can govern us well? Do you think Ajero has a point anyway? Join the conversation. We'd like to hear your thoughts. 0201 465 7190. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975805. And you could post your comments on our live feed on Facebook and on WhatsApp. It's Nigeria Info FM. On X, where Nigeria Info, use the hashtag Hard Facts. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You have Emmanuel on the line speaking to you from Ekpe.
Go ahead.
As for the issue of Atiku, who does not want to talk about politics, just like Maryann, the journalist, who doesn't want to talk about information. But the 2027 election is going to be a time or different.
So because I'm a journalist, I cannot go and visit my friend. They will now say, okay, which information did you go to get? Come on.
You cannot talk about it. I beg, Maryann, you will cost me off very soon. But the issue of Rivers State, if anybody go and study political science and use Rivers State as a case study, and come and look for a job in my company, I will not hire the person. And if I find out that somebody of such, is already in my company, I will fire the person.
What do you mean?
Because such a person will bring confusion into my company.
I don't like that. Why are you using my show to do segregation? Get off the phone now, please.
Do you understand everything?
Get off the phone now, please.
After the explanation. Do you understand anything? Thank you, Maryann.
I did understand it. That's why I played you the video. There's several cases that are in front of the judge. Now, don't forget that Fubara had withdrawn a particular case, but then these people had filed for that case, and they're saying for time wasted. The man is saying, I'm removing this case, I'm ending it so that people don't come back again with it. Is of no consequence anymore. And the governor himself has said it has been overtaken by events. So the judge is doing the needful in accordance to the law. A judgment has not been given yet. That's what we all need to understand. Judgment has not been given yet. But people are interpreting this as, oh, Amehule won. They awarded them 4 million. Where? Okay. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, John Lady. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris calling from Ikoyi.
Go ahead, Chris.
Atiku, let's take him for his word. He said he went for courtship visit, right?
Yes.
Let's keep it at that. It's a Konimandai Wayoman burial. No amount of meeting where they would do to send these people packing. The ball is in our court. Most of us that vote, we are not a party members. Unless that 2027 we defend our vote, that is where we have headway. But for these politicians, all Abuja. Then for Rivers State, Fubara, Wike, Supreme Court have said it. As far as the judiciary has dined with the politicians, this blame game front and back. That's what will be happening. You are costing 4 million naira to the governor to pay for time wasted or for the lawyer, whatever. Well, good luck for people like Falano. I wish they would listen to that man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is the merchant man.
Go ahead.
Atiku's visit to OBJ. I think, like I've always said, no matter the amount of coalitions and the stations they want to imbibe on, if they don't want to stick to the fact that the head of the election umpire must be removed, the man who really gave us the worst 21st voodoo of all time, if they don't campaign for his removal, I think all their efforts are in futility. Then on the governors who leave their state and stay in Abuja, I think one day the event that has chased them away from running to US every time will also happen, that they will all have no option than to stay in their various states.
All right.
Because I wonder why somebody will leave his state and continue to live in a place that
your time is up.
To be okay than any other place.
Your time is up. Well, somebody whispered in the studio that, but your president, is he always in the country? The governors are following the leader now. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. She said it. Emeka is calling us from Satellite Town. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
I greet you.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Good.
Good afternoon. Emeka from Satellite Town. You see, Merchant Man just spoke my mind. You see, all these, no matter the alliance and re-alliance that people are engaging in, whether they let them visit all the retired generals, without addressing the process that continues to subvert the will of the people and bring in the wrong set of people.
Are they the ones who are going to address the process, or the people who have the power to address the process? Because again, you see. I'm saying you and I are addressing it every day. We talk about it on this show, but do we have the powers to make the people who are running these institutions to do the right thing?
We do have the power, because most of those people in the houses.
Yeah, I know, but there are those who also wield a larger power, a higher power, who can actually make it happen. That's the legislature, that's the judiciary, that's the executive, not you and I. We can talk, of course, but
no, we can influence our representatives. Those people who are representing us, they come from a constituency.
We're saying the same thing now. We're saying the same thing.
Write letters to them like I've been doing. Write letters to them, make them understand what needs to be done in the house.
We're saying the same thing. So you can write a letter to me, Emeka. I'm going to let you go in a bit. You can write a letter to me and try to convince me to do something. I can read that letter, but it's up to me again to do whatever I need to do according to that letter.
So you think what's going to change the system is all these alliances and visits to retired generals? That will change the situation?
No. I'm not. No. I'm saying you and I were saying the same thing, but the thing is there the will? within these people to do what we ask of them.
We will make them muster that will, muster the needed capital.
I love this mindset. I love it. Thank you, Emeka, for calling. I totally love it. I'm all for it. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Godwin from Ottawa.
Godwin, go ahead.
Yeah, for Fubara. It means that Fubara has matured. Fubara wants to play politics and is going to play those 27 House of Assembly. He's going to play them until their 4 years tenure will expire. That is what politics is about now. Because it seems that...
Is that what you think? What makes you think that way? What makes you think that way?
Because for him to withdraw a case, it's like he has seen something that he doesn't have hope with there's no confidence for him again with the judges. So he's trying to play politics for him to just waste those 27 lawyers, 27 House of Assembly, trying to waste their time for their complete 4 years. This is going to be a back and forth game, until 4 years is expired.
All right,
that's what I say about it. And for the Atiku, I don't think the APC should be afraid of Atiku. The main person that they should be afraid of is El Rufai.
Okay, all right. I need to let you go because of time. It's because of time I'm letting you go. So El Rufai is the one that they're worried about, but El Rufai has also said, I saw it in the news today, that the APC is having sleepless nights because of him, but that he has moved on. No, it's just that his exes, they can't get over him. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, honey. Yeah, Simon on the line.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, like I always sing this song. That it's so sad that we have found ourselves in a set of communities such that we embrace, we defend, we even justify our oppressors. You understand? So this is a country whereby you'll be making, a kind of solution, a kind of agitations for a better cause, for a better direction. Right there in your midst, in your eyes, on your table, you see some people rising up against that your purpose. So it is sad that when we have a situation and a country, an habitation whereby you have people who defend, justify, and laugh and dance.
Which story are you commenting on? Because I'm a little confused.
No.
Trying to...
No. You don't need to be confused.
Sorry, what story are you commenting on?
What I'm talking about. The likes of El Rufai, Atiku, and some of these politicians. The majority of them, they are the same category. That's why I said all of them. The denomination factors among them is just oppressors. And that is why you see, from 2025, end of this 2025, you see some people raising placards, raising dancing drums and all that. Bringing it people forced to your table. Marketing them to you. Marketing them, all sorts of things to you that, okay, this is the next leader you need. On the normal ground, if you are in the right
your time position, is up. I'm so sorry. I was really waiting for you to land, but you're all over the place. I kind of understand what you mean by they're all birds of the same feather because, PDA, PCO, whatever they are. They all seem to be the same. Remember, Kayode Fayemi told us something yesterday, and I hope that it sticks. But all of these public fights that politicians do, it's just for entertainment. They are all friends. They know where they meet. He told you. I guess that's what that last young man was trying to say. But unfortunately, his thoughts were all over the place. But I get it. He's saying, do not believe the hype. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can I hear you?
Yes.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Go ahead.
Calling from Orilegom. Now, let me quickly talk about this Rivers State. I don't understand they keep making the law complicating to a point where the layman outside can't even understand what is going on anymore. But it is not a general knowledge that if you defect from your political party, you will lose your seat. But Nigerian judiciary is just bringing different interpretation at different circumstances. That is about that. For the meeting with Atiku and Obasanjo, see, we need everything possible to mobilize either at the elite level or at the grassroots level to just get these people out of government.
Yeah, but you see, hold on, Pastor Ladipo. Okay. I'm sorry. I know that your time is already up, but quickly.
Yes.
Is this not the mistake, the same mistake we made in 2015? Anybody but Jonathan, and then we went into a hellhole.
Yes,
now you're advocating for the same thing again. Anybody but these guys. Are we not going to try to look for the right kind of people to fill those offices as opposed to anybody else?
We made that mistake because a lot of people just want a change without asking a question. But now people can see and understand better. So they know what they're asking for now.
Okay.
I'm telling you that.
All right.
Did you see what the CBN have done now?
All right. We got to go.
If you make any withdrawal of 20,000 naira, they will going to charge you.
All right. I need to go take on other calls. But before I do that, let me go to WhatsApp. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. And we're also on Skype. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, join us via Skype or Nigeria Info FM. But in the meantime, let me go to WhatsApp. Someone here says... Now they use grammar, they deceive us, dismiss us, strike out. I hope and pray that Fubara wins this battle. Who is Una? The last time I checked, I'm not wearing a wig. I don't work in a court, and I have no chamber, like I go to chamber. This one says, if Obasanjo and Atiku and every other politicians, both old and new, can come together and take away power from this grab and runaway government, I'll be glad. If not, we'll be playing for air, and I'm sure you mean paying for air that we breathe very soon. Ralph. I beg you. All right, Chima from Surulere here says, APC should be ashamed of making speeches pertaining to 2027. It should address the Kwashiorkor, insecurity and other economic woes ravaging the nation. Thank you very much, Chima, but... politicians will always be politicians. The moment they win an election, they're getting ready for another. And that's the mistake that we make as a people. We wait till when it's almost election time, we start to scramble. Start thinking like them, maybe even 10 times ahead of them. Because the moment an election cycle finishes, the politician is strategizing. That is their modus operandi. It's not going to change because of you. So if you can't beat them, join them, but then be better than them. This one says, when you withdraw an appeal, the judgment you appeal against subsists. That is elementary for everyone to understand. Mayor from Ijegun. Mayor, Shebi, you went to law school. We didn't go to law school. What do you mean by everybody would know? How do you expect everybody to know? Why are you being condescending? What's all that? This one here says, almost all northern governors permanently live in Abuja, and in the south, Imo state governor only visits his state to pay salary and attend meetings. That's not your governor. She said no. I've heard this story before. And they said, in fact, these governors are the ones that are keeping private jet operators in business because they fly to their states from Abuja, attend a meeting, fly back to Abuja and sleep. Aha. Maybe we need to turn our eyes and face our governors, because it's true. Private jets are making lots of money. But I can speak for my governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. If you go to Alausa now, you see him. I promise you. Go there now, you see him. He's always in the state. Supposed to last year that he was doing PA to the president, but now he's here. He's doing his work. So I can't vouch for my governor. But all the other, okay, my other governor I cannot vouch for him because he's always in Abuja. The governor of Cross River. Yes, tell him that I said it. He's always in Abuja. We never see him in the States. Maybe him too, he comes to pay salary only. All right, this one here says, if the president is hardly around in the country, why would you expect anything better from the state governors? These people know nothing about leadership. They're just there for their pockets and their name tags. Casey from Ojo. Mama from Adamo here in Ikorodu says, I want to believe that what Labour said about these governors in Nigeria is mostly not on seat. After they cajole the people to collect mandates, the governors know that there is no mechanism in place to monitor their activities. Both the parliament and the judiciary are in their pocket. That's a sad situation, you know. Ibi from Badagry here says, well, governors will of course have their permanent address in Abuja because that is where the money is, aka federal allocation. It flows from there. It is like staying in the kitchen where the food is cooked rather than waiting at the dining table. Wow. I didn't even get the memo. Andose here says, Maryann, about Atiku visiting Obasanjo, I think the events in 2019 when President Obasanjo openly endorsed Atiku against Buhari have overtaken what Obasanjo alleged about Atiku in his book, and all these avalanches of court cases about Rivers State are just the result of someone who's desperate to serve a third term through proxy, who has unexpectedly rebelled against him. This one's from Ayo. He says, who's the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly? Since the seasoned lawyer Femi Falana said the judgment has not been delivered. Atiku visiting OBJ is all about 2027. They can't deceive us. Tinubu should know that there will be a strong opposition. If governors don't stay in their states, how will local government chairmen stay in their areas? Most of them don't know how bad the infrastructure is. It's a very, very valid question. Yeah, you cannot be pointing fingers at your local government chairman because the governors themselves are not staying in the state. Where's your president? I'm coming back to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Turn off your radio.
Yes, I've done that. Sorry about that. I've done it.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Paul. I'm calling from Abuja area. So, sorry, I didn't call you. I've been trying your newsroom line since it was not going through. There's something I want to report. So I'm going to school this afternoon. So there is a cop.
Someone sent me that message. I was going to talk about it on Community U Report, but that's fine.
I've sent the message.
Yes. Okay. So you sent me that message. Yes, I will discuss it and I'll keep talking about it so it's picked up.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. All right. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes.
Yeah, Rapper.
Okay, Rapper, go ahead.
Well, I want governors, even their state capital to federal capital. Yeah, it's not on their expense. They can do anything. They can govern from anywhere. They are still in Nigeria. What if they are abroad? They govern there.
Oh, so they can govern from anywhere?
Yeah, the former president, he really not governing from abroad. Buhari. So, the system we're practicing here. And on whose expense? The people are, in hunger and starvation. Hard time. They are not that business. Does it concern them for the first time? So they have to do that. What they learn and practice.
So you are applauding bad things. Thank you for calling.
Well, it's what they learn and they are practicing it.
Okay.
They can govern. Thank God they are still in Nigeria.
Okay.
And Abuja is running through and through.
Thank you for calling.
All right.
But I'm not going to thank God they're still in Nigeria. You campaigned to state individuals that you want to be their governor. You didn't campaign to them that you want to be a member representing them from Abuja. You campaign to be the governor of the state, meaning that you will govern in the state. So that drama of, you can govern from anywhere. I think there's somebody who said that thing recently. One of those politicians, that you can govern from anywhere. How dare you, sir? Why didn't you get your campaign votes? Why didn't you get votes from anywhere? Why did you have to come to the state to campaign and get votes? How dare you? Obi is calling us from Ikeja. Hello, Obi.
Hello.
Yes.
Maryann, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Maryann, when we were in school, I used to like objectives. Do you know why? For those that don't read objectives, whether you read or not, you just go there and share whatever you see there. That I want to start about NAC and governors. Maryann, B. Hope Uzodema.
Excuse me, how am I inside this thing now? Am I not here every day?
Fine. Hey, number 2 is Hope Uzodema. This is my answer. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're a very naughty man. I come to work every day. I'm in my constituency. My constituents see me every day. If you want to see me, you can come to my office and see me. Yes. But the governor of Cross River State, Prince O2, please try and stay in Calabash, a beautiful place. You campaigned and you moved hell and high waters to be governor. Stay in your state now, please. Anto Opuzodima. Mr. Governor, sir, good afternoon, sir. Kekwanu, sir. Stay in your state. Because why? Okay, let me take a few more calls. I've got about 4 minutes on the clock. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Maryann, when we were in school, I used to like objectives. Do you know why? For those that don't read objectives, whether you read or not, you just go there and share whatever you see there. That I want to start about NAC and governors.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Kelly calling.
Go ahead. You're not sure what you want to say, Abby? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Zama calling.
Hi, Zama. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Maryann, please, I want to tell you something. Please help me tell Atiku. Make you go sit down one place this time around, though. Make you go sit down. Let people who have...
Atiku has a right just as you do. Anybody can throw their hat in the ring. No, please.
Make him stop blocking road for us.
He's not blocking road. Is he blocking you? Do you want to be president?
What I want them to talk now is how to remove that INEC chairman, because they are still going to use him. Look at how all of them, when you reach election time now, they'll be scrambling, using people to go and vote for them, fighting up and down, killing and everything. When they don't grab the seats, they will now leave the seat empty from their head, all this APC, from their head to the tail. They will not leave a whole seat, leave a whole country.
It's true.
They travel up and down,
I'm thinking about it now. All these governors that Obi put in the shed, they are all APC. Even my governor is APC.
Yes. All these APC, they go and say...
But some PDP governors too, they're in Abuja.
It's how where they vote them for.
Thank you for calling.
Watching them, they are very wicked, which means they don't even have the feelings of Nigerians.
Thank you for calling, Uzo. On X here, Klopsina here, that's Obinna, says Atiku's meeting with OBJ while Tinubu. Atiku is meeting with OBJ while Tinubu's wife met with Abdusalam Abubakar and IBB. Kwankwaso is meeting with Aregbe. Let's wait and see who Peter B will meet. Then the supporters, both paid and voluntary, are fighting themselves on social media. I mean, it's that. So I'm gonna have a conversation with you guys one of these days on that thing that what's his name? Kayode Fayemi talked about. I want us to have conversations. The obedient, the Agbadorians, the articulated, and the Kwankwasia. We will meet here. This week, we are going to meet here. What's the problem, guys? Because are you people buying fuel cheaper or you're buying yam cheaper? Because I want to know. Because this fight that you people are fighting on social media, what's the problem? I cannot even watch channels in peace on YouTube. You need to see them in the comments fighting and calling their fathers' names. What's the problem? Is this Nigeria, this suffering that we're suffering, and your governors are somewhere in Abuja enjoying private jet? You are fighting on social media. Why? I'm going to sit on people's matter. Don't worry. That's a Kwaibo man on X here says, I'm listening to you with an earpiece and laughing like a mad person because people around me are just wondering, why am I laughing? I'm enjoying your program. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it. Joy Forever here on X says, Rivers is a peculiar state. Every political season produces drama. Imoke said Atiku's visit to Obasanjo is non-political. I can tell you. Permutations for 2027 has started. No story. These governors don't stay in their jurisdictions. They don't even know what their people are going through. And that's sad. And we, the people, have got to do something about it. Make sure that they come back and stay in the state. And governors, like I said, my governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is in Alausa. Go and check him. He's doing his job. How are you doing today, sir? Good afternoon, sir. We're going to go on a break, Lagos. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here. On the other side of the clock, you're the reporter. I'm the scribe. It's a very quick, short break. So I'm coming back to read your messages. I still have a lot of time to read your messages. Okay, so stay with us. It's still Hard Facts.
This is Hard Facts. More talk, news, and sports after this.
In a world where words hold power, where only the sharpest minds survive, one stage will decide it all. On February 17th, 2025, the Battle of Intellects begins. The I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament returns. where the best young debaters go head-to-head, armed with nothing but facts, logic, and the will to win. Who will stand their ground? Who will outthink, out-argue, and outshine the competition? IBTD Debates Competition Studio reopens February 17th at 4 p.m. Tune in, witness the debates, watch history unfold. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Obiwizi. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
It's all about Nigeria
and the rest of the world.
I am not very happy at all because of the situation of my country. But the people responsible for that, can they be brought to book? And that is why sometimes I say it's like Nigeria encourage terrorism.
99.3
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
All right, we're back. Let's run through some of your messages. We're still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon, and this is our audiovisual studios, and we're live here in Lagos, the economic capital of Nigeria. It's all the big three, and I want to run through all your messages on X, on Facebook Live. I want to do justice to all of them, okay, so that nobody is left out. Yes. Temi Tokwe on on Facebook Live says, "This your English you spoken? This your English? This your spoken English? This how you speak in real life, or you can speak English like this just for the job? You don't really sound original, Sha, my dear." This is the thing I'm just saying to somebody now, that my English, I have to miss it so that if I do too much, you will not hear what I'm saying. So I have to pick my language very well. You understand? My language. Temi Tokwe, is it sitting well with you now? Okay. Thank you and God bless. Ferdinand Justice Trem here says, oh, good to see you. First time, Maryann. Thank you very much, Ferdinand. Jimmo Abdul Ganiyu here says, most state governors live permanently in Abuja. It's no longer news. Even the appointees are doing the same thing. It's very sad indeed. Yeah, at least I have said it, that my own governor, I'm starting with my own governor. They say charity begins at home. My own governor is always in Abuja. And I'm always asking, what's happening in the Abuja that the governor is never in the state? And seriously, we need to take this seriously. We need to find out why our governors don't stay in their states and what's happening in Abuja that keeps them, always going to Abuja. Because it's taxpayers' money they're using to fly back and forth. Is that what we put them there for? Robert here says, Maryann, tell Atiku make come out for 2027. Nigerians go whack him money the way they whack him for 2023. What is enough for the wise? Now you sabi, I did not whack anybody's money. Aderemi from Mushi here says, let Atiku hold millions of secret and open meetings without Atiku dropping his ambition to be president. It will end in vain. Easy but hard solution to vote out APC is to present an Igbo candidate for president, possibly Peter Obi with the Northern Muslim vice president. This will bring democratic change. Atiku won't agree. He says he won't agree, period. Anyway, Yvonne is here with the news at the top of the hour. On the other side of the clock, let's talk on Community U Report. Stay with us.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court
sitting
in suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting her friend with her husband, knowing that.
You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
when the news breaks.
When people need to be heard.
With interviews that matter.
Trust your number one talk station to have you covered.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And now the business news.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.